Okay, we're on our fourth sentence pattern. We started with simple noun-verb sentences. Remember the basic part of a sentence? If you were to do the equation, do you remember what it was? A subject plus a verb plus a complete thought, and those are the basic. That's a bare minimum that you need for a sentence. So we did some noun-verb, then we did some noun-linking verb noun and noun-linking verb adjective. Now we're looking at noun, verb, noun, where this second noun, this first noun is a subject, and the second noun is a direct object. Now, many of you already know this, and you write lots of sentences with direct objects. But the reason why we're looking at this is sometimes a sentence isn't working. And sometimes we need to analyze a sentence. Sometimes we come across a big, complex sentence and we're not sure what it says. Have you ever done that? Have you ever read a sentence and you get to the end and you think, I don't know what I just read? If that's the case, then you need to go back and find the verb of the sentence and find the subject and say, is there a direct object in here? So I know that you already know and can write sentences with direct objects. That's why this is a review. So let's look at these sentences. You've got, like we did with the others, we're going to build some sentences. Family ate dinner. Baby did what? Baby chewed the toy. The mom hugged her children. So on this side right here, this column, these are all the subjects. These are all the verbs. They're action verbs. We talked in the last video about linking verbs. Am, is, are, was, were, be, being, been, and words like taste, feel, seems, appears. Those verbs are used as an equal sign. These verbs have to be action verbs. So let's first go through. These are boring sentences. Let's add a little bit. My family ate we eat a yummy dinner. Let's add an adverb. My family happily ate a yummy dinner. The older baby chewed the dog's toy. That sounds gross. My mom lovingly hugged her children. Okay, so we've now added, they were just simple 3-word sentences. Family ate dinner. They have the basic qualifications, the basic ingredients for a sentence, but they're boring. So we added, my family happily ate a yummy dinner. Let's do the work of finding the parts. So ate, here's our verb. Who's doing the eating? The family. So I'm going to label this verb. Here's our noun. Family ate. What are they eating? They're eating dinner. Another noun. Or you could label this the direct object. D-O for direct object. Look at the next sentence. The older baby chewed the dog's toy. So what's the action? And that often, I'll say this again, if you're having troubles with the sentence, find the verb, the action. And actually, and I've said this before, if you're taking a foreign language, the word verb comes from the Latin word verbum or verbum, and that means word. So in an ancient sense, the verb of the sentence was the primary word of the sentence. So in foreign languages, if you were studying Latin or Spanish or French or German or Italian, you often would look for the verb first. And that is also a helpful tool in English. So verb, here's my verb, underline it twice. I'm going to label it. So there's some chewing going on. Who's doing the chewing? The baby. Here's our noun, or you could call it the subject. Baby chewed. What did the baby chew? The toy. I'm going to label it the direct object. And all of this other stuff, there I've got adjectives. I can take those out. The dog's toy, even the word dog is describing the toy. So we go back to the basic elements. Now here, my mom lovingly hugged her children. What's the verb? Hugged. It's an action verb. Who's doing the hugging? Mom. So let's call this the subject, or we could call it the verb. Mom hugged. Who is she hugging? The children. Direct object. And then I'm going to take out all the adjectives and adverbs because those are just things to spruce up the sentence. Sometimes I say to bedazzle the sentence. Mom hugged children. Subject, verb, direct object. Now, not all verbs, and this is not all verbs can take a direct object. The verbs that we use the phrase transitive verbs. The word transitive comes from the Latin word trans, means across. So you have a verb here, and you have your subject, and you have an object, a direct object. Transitive verbs carry the action from the subject to the direct object. So when I had the sentence, Mom hugged children, that verb, hugged, carried the action of the hugging from the mom to the children. When I had the sentence, family ate dinner, that verb ate carries the action from the subject to the direct object. All right. Our final sentence pattern for now is going to be sentences with indirect objects.